Good morning, people in the south, and good day, my people in the east. Good afternoon, my people in the west, and good evening, my friends in the north. How you guys doing? It's a brand new day, it's a brand new week, a brand new month, and a brand new year. So we're back from the ups and downs. We're back from the ups and downs. We're back from the what they call the festive mood. We're back to reality now. So welcome back, and I hope this becomes an exciting year for all of us. I hope this year becomes an exciting season for the entrepreneurs, upcoming business, aspiring business owners. I hope guys who have completed their studies will consider registering their businesses so they can exercise and practice what they have learned. And I hope we'll start to see more of entrepreneurs coming through into the space with new ideas, fresh minds. I hope we all work together and achieve a common goal, which is to create more employment and build our economies. So, they used to say a journey of 1,000 miles starts with just one step, and that is exactly what I want to reflect as well today from the work that we put in the past 6 months or so. This month marks a 7th month since we started this channel, and on this channel I first wanted to share my journey as an innovator, my journey as an entrepreneur, share my experiences, show how much work I've been putting in, show how much passion I've had from when I was in high school, and now I think those who have been part of this channel have some kind of an idea, have some kind of an idea of how it all started and where we are now. Therefore, the aim and the purpose was, the purpose and the mission was to, I'm trying to club them together, but the aim was to make an awareness, because I've been in the space for quite some time and I have picked up a lot of gaps amongst us as entrepreneurs, amongst emerging entrepreneurs, and the purpose was to fulfill that gap, for people to understand that there is ways that we can follow, there is options that we still have as emerging entrepreneurs, over and above the government support systems that are out there available. There is still other ways that we can follow. One of them is this channel, where you can go and grasp some information that you think you're lacking. If you bump into this information, please share, because a lot of people are struggling out there with information. They don't know what to do, they don't know where to go, they don't know what to put when things require them to do something. And the mission is to see many emerging entrepreneurs, to see a young learner who is now in grade 6. My daughter is in grade 6 this year. A young learner who is now in grade 6, being able to know that there is a channel where they can go and source whatever information they need should they a need rise for them to, or should there be a need for them to start a business, or should they need to embark on an entrepreneurial journey? The mission is for everyone across the continent and the globe as a whole to know that this is a go-to place where you can be able to find this type of information, this basic information being explained in a basic format, So we have kind of molded that, and we building towards getting to achieve that mission. All we need now is just to get it rolling and get it out there to be known. So we are looking at everyone from primary school learners, because I know I've got kids that are still at that level, and they are going to one or the other need to somehow perhaps inherit the business that their parents have built or start their own. So I have to deliver this information when I'm still alive for them to be able to find it whenever they need the information. I believe the information will remain there for decades and dynasties. So over the past 6 months or so, almost 7 months, having started this channel, I have touched base on a lot of things around the basic knowledge, the basic information, the introductory information that one might need to actually take a pen and paper and say, today I want to start, but where do I start? So I've tried to expand on that information for them to go through and learn as much as they can, so they can jot down whatever information that they think it's more usable for their situation to take home or to utilize in starting whatever that they want to start. But the most important thing is start and learn on the go. This channel will equip you with enough and relevant information that will assist you to learn on the go, because it is designed and delivered in a way that it becomes more easier for anyone across the globe, no matter what language you speak. I believe English is the medium instructional, and many people or many populations across the globe, if they don't speak the language, at least they can understand the language at the most basic level. Hence, we deliver it the way we're delivering it. So we don't want to deliver the information in the most, should I say, sophisticated or in the most advanced way, because it's going to confuse a lot of people. If you are not clued up and out there in terms of understanding these things, you will be thrown out and you might not be able to pick anything out of it. I know this because I spent about a year trying to study the environment, trying to understand the environment, trying to understand why people are not getting it. And it's purely because the information that is out there available, it's not easily usable, it's not user friendly. So it's way higher level for someone who wants to start from ground up. So I speak like this because I want somebody who's in what's this country where they don't really speak English per se, somebody who's in Mauritania or Mauritania, somewhere in Mauritania, whatever that is. I want somebody who's in Mauritania, whom cannot speak English properly, but can understand when somebody speaks. I want them to listen and understand and take some notes down with their own language that they understand. I want someone in such a country where I know many African countries like Cameroon, they don't speak English, is not one of their first languages. So I think they speak French as one of their first languages. So if you speak English on a high level, or if you speak English first language higher grade, they might not be able to understand what you're saying. So you need to tone it down a bit and deliver it in a way that even my child in grade 3 in the primary school level will be able to understand what I am saying. So we've touched base over the past 7 months or so. Rather, we've touched base on the most important things: registering your business, how to do it, which agencies assist to do it. We touched based on how I started myself, because I started from the basic education level as well. I think I started when I was 15 years old. We've touched based on the programs that are out there available to support your businesses when you start, and we've touched based on how to stand in front of people and talk about your business. Touch based on a whole lot more of things that are very important when you really want to start. We've touched based on the most important things that many people are not aware of, and I think we have done really well. If you bumping into this episode as your first, please go and watch from the first on this channel. After you have subscribed, go watch from the first episode, and every episode is connected to the one before. So episode 1 is connected to 2, 3, and so on, and you'll be able to tag along until you get here to this episode. You'll be able to tag along and understand, and you'll start to see things in a different perspective. I think it makes more sense for someone who has no clue, or had a clue but did not know where to go, or they knew where to go but they did not know what to do after being where they had to be. They got the information but they didn't know what to do with the information. So there's a difference. You know what to do, you don't know where to go, or you don't know what to do with the information that you got. So you might not know, or you might know what to do, you might know where to go. You do it, you go there, you get the information. That's what I mean. You get the information. After getting the information, you don't know what to do with it. So our mission is to try and mold such dynamics for our customers, which is you, our viewers, our subscribers, which is not necessarily limited to our subscribers. It could be anyone. Someone might be playing this video on a television at home, in a home setup, where there's members of the family who are not subscribed, but they will be able to be hooked to the information and learn something out of it, just for an example. So we did that, and then we're hoping from this year 2026, this January month going forward, we'll be able to deliver even more on a continuation of where we left off from last year, in the last episode of last year, and continue to deliver many other information that we're still going to share. This year we're going to share a whole lot more around asset management, around, just trying to think of top of my head, asset management, asset registers, board of directors. Many people don't really understand what is going on there. We're going to share around from top of my head, we're going to share things around depreciation, amortization, EBITDA. We're going to share things around operating tax. We're going to share things around we're going to take about a month emphasizing pitching, because it's the most challenging part of entrepreneur's journey. We're going to share around, or we're going to share our new projects, the projects that we haven't shared. I know most that have been following, they know about one project, so we're going to reveal many other projects, at least 2 projects to 3, and we're going to share entrepreneur stories. There's many entrepreneur stories that you don't know. These are entrepreneurs that you've never seen, you've never heard of, and these are entrepreneurs that are going to inspire you with their stories. So those are the things that you can expect in the next 12 months or so. And this will be delivered by myself. Maybe along the way, I'll be able to take someone along to assist me to deliver this information, because every year, every 6 months, we have to grow. So this is an episode that comes in between the start and the 6 months that we have started. So after 6 months, this is how much that we've done. In the last 6 months, we have done about 31 episodes. So this is going to be the 32nd episode. So we've done 31 episodes, which is a job well done. We have acquired about 40 subscribers, which is something that we did not expect, and a whole lot more. So we are on the right track in terms of growing and growth, and expect much more that you've never seen, you've never had in any schooling system anywhere. And we're going to make sure that we deliver that to you on a silver platter, and hopefully you'll be able to take that and put it in practice and see if it won't bring about changes in your business. So believe me when I say I'll be able to deliver that myself. If it's not me, it will be someone else whom I believe understands this information at the same level as myself, and is on another level as well. I still need to talk to a few guys whom can be able to assist in terms of expanding this into something bigger. And I think that is our milestones for the last 6 months, and we are entering a new wave, a new season where we expect a whole lot of new. I don't want to reveal certain things. It's too early. It's way too early. Let me not reveal, because it's way too early. I'm battling with my brains now to say, should I say, should I not say? I don't want to reveal many other things that are still in the pipeline and are still under construction, because we won't be able to catch up with the speed at which they are going. So we need to align things quite well before we can actually start revealing. So for those who don't know, I haven't done this. For those who don't know, I've done this. I've introduced myself, I think. But for those who don't know, maybe this is how I want to start the year. This is how I want someone new to know who they're talking to, who is delivering these things or this information to them on a weekly basis, because we upload our episodes once a week on Friday specifically. So my name is AJ, and I was born and bred in Limpopo province of South Africa. South Africa is at the southern tip of Africa, of the continent Africa, and the continent consists of around 54 countries, and we are in the southern hemisphere of the planet Earth. And this is the country that has 3 capital cities. Every capital. I don't think there's a country in the world. I don't think there's a country in the world with 3 capital cities. Is there? No, there's not. There is no country in the world with 3 capital cities. I'm not sure, but I think we are the only country in the world with 3 capital cities. And and we are the only country in Africa with the longest coastal line as well. So this is an amazing country, South Africa. Um, South Africa is not a name. Actually, we do not have a name. It's just the directional or a geographical position of where we are. We don't really have a name like all other 53 countries in Africa. We do not have a name. Think about it. Imagine if Ethiopia was called West Africa, East Africa. Nigeria was called West Africa, and Egypt was called North Africa. So those are not the names, but the geographical points of the continent. So we are the only country in the continent with the longest coastal line. I stand to be corrected. You can go check yourself. You can go calculate. You will see, and we 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 are a surprising population or citizens, because a majority of the citizens in the country have never been to the beach. With the longest coastal line in the country, with majority of us have never been to the beach. We are anti-beach, and this is an amazing country, man. What can I also add? That we have a church. We have a church that you can only find in South Africa, but nowhere else. You can only find it in South Africa. Nowhere else in the world. You can never find this church anywhere else. And if you want to see this church, you need to come down to South Africa. You'll find this church. And we are a country that has so much, the country that is so much welcoming. We embrace everyone. We welcome anyone. And for example, we are a nation that is not business orientated per se. I'll make an episode on this specifically, business orientation. We are a country that is not well orientated around studying and growing our own businesses. Rather, we would take an Eritrean from East Africa who travels down to South Africa to start a dummy shop, and we'll support that Eritrean with his dummy shop. We'll grow their business. We'll make them open multiple other dummy shops around us, even though they found us there. And we will never open our own. That is us. We are like that. And what else can I add from top of my head? We yeah, I'm starting to think of so many things now that are coming through. We are a country where you can find that I was born Zulu, but I can't utter a word into Zulu. Zulu is a language. Zulu is a culture. Zulu is an ethnic group, and you find I'm born Zulu, but I can't utter a word in Zulu. I can't speak the Zulu language. I can't even practice the culture. We are that country, a country where you find sort of miracles like that. We are a country where we are blessed with minerals underground, but majority of the populations owns nothing. We own nothing basically, and that shows how much gaps are there in our economy, and this leaves an avalanche of opportunities for us to breed so much entrepreneurs. We are a country that is supposed to produce so much entrepreneurs for the world. Instead, we've only produced a few for the world. We are supposed to be producing tons and tons of amazing entrepreneurs. Instead, we only produced a handful of entrepreneurs. So we don't really see the opportunities that we have in our country, which will allow us to start businesses that may thrive, businesses that may as well be or products or services that may as well be able to be embraced by the entire globe. We are a country that is blessed with its climate. We have an amazing climate. We have areas that are evergreen. There's an area or part of the country where it's forever green. Whether it's winter, it's summer, it's autumn, it's forever green. The climate is tropical. You can Google a town called Zanin, Tzaneen, Zanin. That is a tropical town. It's forever green, forever and ever. You can Google. I think the other one after Zanin, the other one that qualifies or that's closer to Zanin, it's Nelspruit. You can Google a city called Mbombela, Mbela. You will see what I'm talking about. And we are blessed with such climates. We are blessed. We have the sun. We are a country that is blessed with a full day, with a full daylight, or the longest daylight in summer, and we are a country that is blessed with different types of animals, wild animals, domestic animals. We can ride different types of animals in South Africa. We are basically blessed in terms of climate and environment. We have an environment that is conducive to many other things in life. We have reserved a park in our country where organic animals are found the way God created them, are found the way the Creator created them. No one tampered with them. The area has been reserved as it was during creation. No one has ever tampered with that area. And it's called the Kruger National Park. So this is the park where you find animals as they were created organically. And this as well opens up a whole lot of opportunities, but we do not see such gaps. We do not see such opportunities. We're a country where majority of the race, like I said about the Kruger National Park and the wildlife that is being reserved, majority of the population owns less than 1% of the wildlife that you find outside the Kruger National Park. So that is an opportunity for entrepreneurs to emerge in that space environmentally and take part and participate in those pockets of the economy. We are this one is amazing. We are a country, I think, if not the only country, we are the biggest, if not the only country, we are the biggest country in the world with the amount, or with a taxi system that has been created, built, and sustained in a very special South African way. I don't know how to explain this, but this area of our economy presents a whole lot more of opportunities. I'm still going to touch base on this as well. And this is how we stop our taxis. You do this and your taxi stops. In other countries, anywhere in the world where I've seen people stopping taxis, they do this or they do this. We do this. So we point to the sky when we stop the taxi. So if you want to stop any of our taxis, you just point to the sky and the taxi will stop. Some will also point to the ground. So you point to the ground, it means you're not going very far. If you point to the sky, it means you're going to the next town or the city. So this presents, you might not understand what I'm saying. You might not see a point why I'm saying this, but I'm saying this in line with entrepreneurship. this presents an avalanche of opportunities for us as entrepreneurs to start something that is going to enhance that system, because this is, if not the only system, is the biggest system in the world that we have, but we're not taking advantage of it. Like, for example, we're still paying cash in our taxis. We're still paying cash. If you don't have cash, you need to somehow find cash before you take a taxi. So isn't that an opportunity to start a new system, payment system for the taxis? Think about it. In my area alone, I think there's around, if not 200,000 taxis. There's more. 200,000 taxis. There's more in the area that I live alone, and this is one of the smallest area in terms of the taxi industry. So in this area alone, if there's the taxis that are working in this area alone are not less than 200,000, then there's more. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think there's plenty more that the world hasn't seen. There's plenty more that we haven't delivered to the world in terms of producing entrepreneurs, amazing entrepreneurs that are going to impact the global economies. And we stand an opportunity, we stand a chance, a very, very great opportunity to impact our economies in a way that no one would ever imagine. So the talent as well, the talent that the country has presented itself quite well in the last, I think, 5 years or so. We have seen how much has been exported to the world in terms of talent. In one of the episodes, I gave an example with a guy called Limpopo Boy. So this guy only dances. He does nothing but dance. Go and Google Limpopo Boy, watch his videos. You'll see the talent that he has been exporting to other countries in other continents, in Asia, in North and South America. I think he's been to Australia as well. So there's tons and tons of talent that we also need to tap into, and then implement some of our systems, some of our innovative approaches, and disrupt some of the markets, and bring about change in our economies and grow these things together. So I think there's more that we're going to share this year. There's an avalanche of opportunities, information, what else that we're going to be able to share with everyone who's part of this channel. And then we're going to, one or the other, impact someone's life. One or the other, we're gonna have to bring about and implement our solutions. Above all of what I've said in this episode, congratulations if you've taken a step to start. Good luck. Start as early as possible. Find better ways of doing things. Think out of the box. If it's pointing up, ask a question around the possibility of it pointing down as well, pointing to the left, to the right. That's how we unlock opportunities. If it doesn't work, introduce something called pivoting. Pivot your things. Pivot your ideas. Change your approach, change the way you're doing things. It's not the end. You can always pivot your things and then find a better way to maneuver around these difficulties, because sometimes life on its own, the universe on its own, has a way of just making things difficult for oneself, because we believe anything that happens for a reason. So do not fight the energies of the universe. Let them happen, because there's a reason why they're happening. Let them happen and go with the flow, and then allow things to go the way they're supposed to. And we'll talk a different language at the end of this year. We'll talk a different language next year. and people will start to see the difference that you bring about in the world. So good luck, and I'll see you next week.